Hello YouTube! I'm gonna try and film a video and hope it makes some sort of coherent sense because I've decided I need a mental health day, as in I need a day to not study if I can at all allow myself that. But who knows, probably isn't gonna work. So today I want to talk about guilt over getting better. I guess when you're chronically ill and you have your whole life taken away from you, or a lot of your life taken away from you, and you suddenly have to stop, there's a lot of guilt when you start feeling better, even if it's just for like a day or an hour, over not having a job, not being involved in this, that, and the other. And generally just not contributing enough and not being a useful enough person. I mean, as someone with provisional chronic fatigue, a lot of people with chronic fatigue are typical type A personality people, which I am. And this just makes it even harder to deal with because you've had to stop being the busy, incredible straight A student you once were. And now you're a straight C student or a straight D student, or you've had to drop out of education altogether, or you've had to stop living this incredible busy life where you've been doing drama on Mondays, Catholic Society on Tuesdays, Catholic Society was on Wednesdays, but drama on Monday, Catholic Society on Wednesdays, climbing on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then like, you know, that is a very hectic schedule for a law student. And you've had to stop that to protect your health, and because you've just been physically unable to keep up with that lifestyle, even if you were to take out for studying. And you know, maybe it's got so bad that you've had to spend a period of time in bed not doing anything at all and not contributing to society, and then if you feel better for a day or two or three, or you have a good week, a lot of guilt sets in over not doing enough, especially when you see other people around you doing things, being useful, contributing to society. Right now my two housemates are at a 10-hour rehearsal for our play that is tomorrow, and I'm not involved in the show at all, so I don't need to be at rehearsals, and there's no reason why I would be at rehearsals because it's not like I can provide any help or assistance because it's not my place. But I still find myself feeling guilty over how they're going out doing things and living their lives, and I've been okay this week. I've not been well, but I've not been as bedbound as I have been in the last month, and I've started to feel okay. And that has had a huge knock-on effect on my mental health, because it's like, well, now you feel okay, now you need to get a job, you need to go to rehearsals, you need to exercise, you just need to get out of your fucking room, woman. Sorry, swear words. My videos are going to start including swear words. Yeah. And definitely, I also felt this over the summer. If I had a good day, I felt guilty for not having a job because of this one day out of every 2 weeks that I had sustainable energy for the whole day. So I understand that guilt over getting better, even if it's not really getting better, just guilt over feeling better and not using your time like a normal healthy person would be or should be, is a thing that a lot of us feel, not just those of us who have type A personalities and are go-getters and want to be the best at everything and just want to be incredible. I mean, personally, I'm quite an unhealthy type A. Like, I don't want to be good for myself. I want to be good because I want other people to think positively of me, and so the feeling slightly better and not going out and living my life, and not as in not going out and living my life and having fun, but not going out and living my life as in getting a job and building up experience and like moving forward. It obviously hits me quite a lot. And yeah, and this video is just to say that anyone else having these feelings, it's totally normal to feel guilty over getting better, feeling better. But you shouldn't feel guilty over getting better. I think a lot of it as well is it's not feeling guilty over getting better because you're not going out and doing things. It's also feeling guilty over getting better because other people aren't getting better, other people are getting worse. Like my housemate with chronic fatigue, who is at rehearsals for 10 hours, that is affecting me a lot because it's like I can see how tired she is, but she's still going out and doing things, and I know she's going out and doing things but sacrificing her degree for it, and I'm sacrificing things for my degree. But I feel like healthy people will compare her to me and see what she's doing and see that she is way more ill than me, but she's doing way more than me. But then I see me and see that I don't really do anything that shows up on paper. Like, I've been studying all week. I've had a huge workload this week, and I mean, I've been studying all week. The reason I haven't been to rehearsals until now, other than the fact that I don't need to, is because I've had a huge workload. I've been studying from like 9-10 a.m. in the morning to 9-10 p.m. at night, with breaks of course, but I haven't really had any time this week to take time for myself and to relax and to work on my mental health. But I still, because I guess nothing's showing for it, I still feel guilty because it's like, but I've been okay and I should be doing more. I should be being more. And I guess when you're chronically ill, you have to remember that a good day doesn't mean you're better. It doesn't mean you should go out and get a job. A good 3 days, 4 days in a week doesn't mean that you should go out and get a job, doesn't mean you should go out and be doing more and being more, because at least with me, I feel like part of the reason that I'm feeling slightly better is because I've allowed myself to take time to rest, and I've given myself permission to not do as much outside of the house. And I've given myself permission to lay in my bed and study if that's what I need to do. And I've given myself permission to take naps, go to bed early, take time to eat healthy, take time to stretch. I think that's part of the reason why I've been feeling better this week, and the supplements probably have something to do with it as well. And when you're chronically ill, the second you take that base on which you are building your recovery from, you're probably going to end up feeling worse than you did because you did too much and it tipped you over the edge. And yeah, you just always have to remember that, and always have to tell yourself that you're doing what you need to do and you are doing what you can in order to protect your health. And not going to rehearsals, or not having a job, or taking a year out of uni, or I don't know, not picking up your kids from school and getting your husband to do it, or your mum to do it, or your sister, or just someone else to do those things for you might be what you need to do for your recovery. Might be what you need to do for your health. I think after like a day or a week of feeling better, that's not the time to say, oh, I'm better now, so I should be back in work, back in school, back in uni, back being heavily involved in societies at uni if you're still in education. Being better for a week or a day is definitely not the time to be doing that, especially if you have a condition that fluctuates and is completely unpredictable. You know, at the end of the day, we all need to do what we can to protect our health. And I feel like today's society is built against that. You know, people come into work horrifically ill and push through and push through and push through, and then, like, you know, you hear horrific stories of people collapsing and stuff, of exhaustion, but that's not a good thing. That's not something we should aim to do. It's really ridiculous that today's society is built on pushing through and being the best you can be, and I think we need to make a change in society and focus on protecting your mental health and your physical health. And, you know, both go hand in hand. You know, both impact one another. I think no matter what anyone else is doing, just because we're feeling better for a week, or just because other people are telling us we should be doing more, or we look better, ultimately we know what's best for ourselves and what's best for our bodies. And the truth may be hard to face, but we need to take a moment to think and look back and realize that we are doing all we can. We are doing what we need to protect our health. We are doing what we need in order to feel well. Or what we need in order to feel well enough to be able to force a decent amount of functioning out of us on a daily basis. And it doesn't matter that other chronically ill people aren't doing that. It doesn't matter that other people are being idiots and running around to rehearsals like 15 times a week, or, you know, leaving their essays to the last minute and pulling all-nighters. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to what other people are doing. We are in this journey to get better and see what life has to offer when we're at the healthiest that we can possibly be. And we shouldn't let other people or our inner demons affect our recovery in any way. And I really hope this made some sort of sense. It probably didn't, because I'm depressed and I am tired, and yeah, I don't really feel here or there right now. It's a bit of a weird situation to be in. Yes, anyway, so I hope you enjoyed whatever came out of this video. It probably wasn't very useful, but hopefully it was. Hopefully you've realised that you're not the only one going through these feelings, that we do all need to put our health first, put our bodies first, and you shouldn't feel ashamed for doing that. You shouldn't feel guilty for doing that. You shouldn't feel like you're weak or pathetic, because at the end of the day, you are just going to burn out if you keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And this goes to the normal healthy person as well. You're going to burn yourself out. And yes, you need to prioritize yourself first and never feel guilty for doing that. Even if you start feeling better for a day, a week, maybe even a month, until you're actually better and feel like you're able to cope with increasing your activity on a regular basis, you should never feel guilty for what you're doing. And even then, maybe stepping out into the real world is too scary. Don't feel guilty over it. Just work on it, work on changing it, work on improving it, work on becoming more more accepting of yourself and your own body and your own journey. Not everyone goes at the same pace. Not everyone can do all the things that other people can do, and that's okay. God built us uniquely in ourselves, and he built us like that for a reason. I firmly try to believe that. And yeah, this life, it's awful. It's awful, but it all happens for a reason. It all works out for a reason, and maybe just try and enjoy the little things rather than beating yourself up and feeling guilty over feeling better for a day, especially if that's irrationally, ooh, I wasn't as fatigued but I still had to like lie down for 2 hours or whatever, or I wasn't as fatigued but I was in a hell of a lot of pain, so obviously I'm better. No guilt, no guilting yourself. Just work on your body, work on yourself, and do what feels right for you. I'm not the expert in this, but that's what I preach, and that's what I preach we all try and practice in this world, however hard it is. So yes, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.